Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yeah. Mark's hating on his fans, Becky Nish on the man. Play with two like a lion, household a dangerous alliance. I am a nightmare like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast. This is Austin Theory of Evolve, and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is AEW's Darby Allin, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan House. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy Khan, ready to get it at work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. That is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. And once again, we're doing it. Well, really well. So, yeah, In Your House is back in Indiana. I hope you guys enjoyed the two-parter of the Chicago story. Got a lot of downloads. You guys were really digging that. Hey, what are you guys doing? Buy a shirt. www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Go check it out. We have hoodies now. We got hoodies in white. You can go check it out. Go check it out. You definitely want to get a hoodie. I mean, after the summer is over, I mean, it's going to be fall. It's hoodie season. So go ahead and get it now and put it in your closet and get it ready for the fall. We got hoodies now, y'all. So, most definitely, that's prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. And, yeah, we had fun doing the Chicago story, but now we're back. We are back. Tonight we are shooting the In Your House show, as we do every Thursday. And I'll actually be performing tonight. I'm gonna go over to Kettle Top Brew House in downtown Anderson. I'm gonna be performing tonight. So guys, go check that out. That'll be around 9, maybe closer to 9:30. So you definitely want to check that out. But yeah, it's once again we got another week of wrestling. So it's Thursday. So I didn't come alone once again. Of course, I brought in the executive producer of the In Your House show. That's Prince Paradox. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing, one day at a time. Really excited for tonight.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's going to be a big night. Real big night. We got a lot of stuff going on. But, man, did you catch any of Monday Night Raw or Smackdown or just the highlights or anything?
I caught the highlights. I watched a couple reviews. Work tends to get in the way of some things, but, I'm still up to speed, as they say.
Yeah, and I don't think, man, I thought that Raw was a big miss after last week's extraordinary episode. I don't get it.
I feel like with just how stark of a contrast last week's episode was, that this week had a lot to live up to, and it just didn't live up to it. But all in all, I wouldn't say it was a bad show. It was just kind of uneventful to me.
It was. I mean, you got to think about the comparison between last week's episode and this week's episode, like you just said, and yeah, man, it just you can't give us a potential 10 and then give us a 4 the very next week. That just feels weird, bro.
Yeah, it's a little more bipolar than my ex-wife. I tell you that much.
Oh man, but yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that, man, about it being bipolar. So now I'm scared for next week. I don't know what to expect next week, I mean, there's really not much to talk about, but what I do want to talk about that is what happened on Smackdown, really. I thought that was the biggest thing to talk about this week, and that's the intro. I'm not sure if you saw Kevin Owens shooting on Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just, I feel like this is the perfect role for him right now.
Yeah.
He's the best babyface I could think of to go against Shane McMahon at the moment, and he just, when you give that man a mic, he turns it into gold. Like, absolutely kills it every time.
I agree, man. I agree. I mean, and the things that he was saying, they're not exactly wrong, and I like how they're on the very cutting edge of what the internet is talking about, because that's a lot of what I've seen, bro, is people on the internet saying there's too much Shane on TV. Why do we need this much Shane on TV? He's not adding anything. He's involved with everybody. And then they go ahead and make it a storyline. I thought that was a good move, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely good to be that aware. If only they'd actually do something about it with any kind of follow through. But
right.
At least in this instance, it's one of those situations where it works.
Oh yeah, it definitely worked for me. The things that he was saying, he was shooting about how he's taking TV time from guys like Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander and Apollo Crews. You know what I mean? Just all the names that he brought up and how he's taking TV time from them. Like, man, like, that's exactly what people were saying, and it got a chance to come out of the mouth of somebody on the roster, somebody that's good with the mic, like Kevin Owens, and I think he's set up for another big push after this, bro.
You know what? After all the ups and downs he's had, and after that promo he cut, like, he really deserves it. I would love to see him in a more prominent role, like, as of late. Like, that would be... I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Kevin Owens to go on for bigger and better things. We keep seeing him on the precipice, but I'm ready for it.
No, absolutely, I agree. Of course, he's had his big pushes as Universal Champion, and he's pretty much held every title. But I want to see a different Kevin Owens. I want to see him recreate himself, and that's how you keep winning championships and keep staying relevant in storylines, and that's recreating yourself. And that's what Kevin Owens is doing this time, because he's always been really a big time heel, and now we're gonna see him kind of play the anti-authority figure to Shane McMahon, and see how well that he can play it. You know, we're getting shades of Austin and McMahon with Owens and Shane, because we saw a stunner. I mean, we did see a stunner. So hopefully we see more of those, man. Definitely. But I'm here for this storyline. I think there's definitely some meat on those bones, and I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for the storyline. I just think it's super ironic that putting Kevin Owens in this prominent anti-Shane McMahon storyline is going to give Shane McMahon more TV time.
Yeah.
A little counterproductive logically, but I'm still here for it. I love it. It's just a little bit anti-meta, I guess.
I agree with you. I mean, definitely we want to see him less and less on TV, but I think maybe if they start the storyline now, which they did, but if they decide to blow it off around SummerSlam and take Shane off TV maybe a little shortly after SummerSlam or at SummerSlam, I'm all good with it if that's what it's leading to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Could not agree more. Like, that would be the perfect blow off for it.
I think so too. And I think that's when they need to blow it off, because we need Shane McMahon off TV for a while. Give us some time to miss him, and maybe he come back. Maybe, I don't know, he takes some acting classes or something like that. I don't know. He's been in the business for so long, but he's not as big as his dad, man. His dad was a huge character, a larger than life character, to where when this guy came on TV, you wanted to see him get his ass kicked. I don't so much want to see Shane get his ass kicked. I just don't want to see him on my TV.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see him get some comeuppance, but like you said, I'd rather just him fade away.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, man. Seriously, that's where I'm at. And hopefully we're getting to that. There was something else interesting that happened on Smackdown. Somebody came knocking on Aleister Black's door.
Oh, yeah, the Jason Statham, right?
Yeah, yep. And of course, guys, Paradox is actually talking about Cesaro, and man, I got to say, Paradox, I'm pretty excited for this match, bro.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a perfect first feud for Aleister Black. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Cesaro can have, a 5-star match with a wet towel. Like, he is
Facts.
phenomenal, and he can afford to take a loss. Aleister Black can't. And if he can put on a clinic and, not be hurt after a loss, like, perfect. It's very much a very gatekeeper role that I would say Cesaro is in at the moment.
I agree, and this is going to be a good match. Finally, we get to see Aleister Black in the ring after all he's been doing is cutting promos, and I have had no problem with it. It's not a big deal to me. I feel like they should keep Aleister Black special. Maybe he shouldn't wrestle every single week, but definitely, I'm looking forward to it at Extreme Rules. Aleister Black and Cesaro is going to be a great match. Cesaro is in mid-new push right now, and Aleister Black is being reintroduced after he was introduced with Ricochet. I feel like this is a match that's up in the air. Anybody could really win it. My gut is telling me Aleister Black wins his debut, but my feeling is that anybody can win this match, and that's the right feeling to have going into this thing, bro.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Like you said, especially amid this new push Cesaro's getting, it is very much neck and neck, as it were. But I personally, like you said, if I'm going with my head, I'm going to say Aleister Black because it is his, first single feud. But like you said, it could very easily go the other way just because Cesaro is a bit, he feels revamped, he feels fresh. And,
yeah, exactly.
It's a whole new level of excitement that I've not seen from Cesaro since about the time the bar started to get stale for me. So I'm here for it.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna be a great match. Definitely looking forward to seeing Aleister Black. Extreme Rules seems like it's gonna be a pretty decent show, and what's gonna be a stacked wrestling weekend, bro. But we'll get into that. We're gonna get there. I want to talk about the reintroduction of everybody's old favorite New Japan Pro Wrestling star, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura, bro. He reemerged back on Smackdown, and he had a really good match with Finn Balor, and heel Shinsuke Nakamura beat Finn Balor clean as a whistle, bro, in what I think was the match of the night. It was a stellar way to open the show, not open the show because Shane and Kevin opened the show, but opening match. And they really just tore it up, got a good amount of time. They did not take away from Shinsuke's entrance. I was even telling this to Kayla as it was happening. You don't take away from Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance. It's a mesmerizing special interest, and you don't take away from it by cutting to him when he's already in the ring or trying to advertise something during his entrance. You need to let that entrance play out like the Undertaker's or something like that. And they did that, and I thought that was the right move, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Watching this match just really made me remember just how freaking good Shinsuke Nakamura is. Like, he's been settled in these nothing roles for the last, basically ever since that feud with Styles, but
yeah,
I forgot just how good he is, like the leader of chaos, and really I feel like there's no better opponent for him to showcase that he is still one of the best damn wrestlers in the world, the king of strong style, than against Finn Balor. It felt very much like I was watching New Japan 4 years ago.
Yep. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that because that was the feeling that I got seeing those two go against each other. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, they gave these guys time. You know what I mean? They had to say, go out there and just do your thing. You know what I mean? Just go out there and just do your thing. And of course, I partly give that to the new style of management that's kind of the way they're trying to restyle things on the show, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a fantastic thing. It means they're listening. And they probably went out there and told him, just go out there and do your thing. You know what I mean? Just go out there and do your thing. And that was the right move. Shinsuke Nakamura wins clean as a whistle. This has got to put him in contention for the Intercontinental Championship. What do you think, bro?
Oh, I think it's gotta. And if they go at Extreme Rules, I mean, if they can give us that quality of a match on just an episode of SmackDown Live, imagine what they're gonna do on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm absolutely here for it. I would really like them to like not muddle it with a bunch of stipulations. I know that stipulations really make some of storyline elements go, but I feel like with this feud, they don't need it. Just let these two go out there and give you that work.
I agree, bro. I agree. And plus, I don't really think there's much that they can, like, neither one of them are submission wrestlers, so you can't make it a submission match. You know, it wouldn't make sense in that aspect. I mean, there's really no stipulation that you could put on this. Just let those two go out and wrestle a match. I mean, I understand it's Extreme Rules and everything should, in theory, have a stipulation, but we know with WWE, even if it's something like Extreme Rules, it doesn't. There's matches that don't. So let that be one of those and let them just wrestle.
Absolutely. Could not agree more.
Moving right along, man. So Nikki Cross, she's been very impressive in my eyes. She had a contract signing with with Bayley, and I gotta say, Bayley, I can see the evolution in Bayley where she's becoming not so much of that, her gimmick being a mark, and more she's starting to rise into the role of, this is who I am, I'm the established talent, I'm not the newcomer anymore, I'm the veteran, and she's starting to talk like it, and I like that. Nikki Cross, she is really doubling down with this friendship with Alexa Bliss, and she's very intense, and I just believe the words that Nikki is saying when she talks. So I think that this is a great opportunity for Nikki to kind of display herself in the women's main event picture. I'm not sure what you were thinking when you heard or seen that.
Oh yeah, like the segment with the contract signing, hell, this entire feud between Nikki, Alexa, and Bayley has just been, like, when I first started, I hated the Alexa Bliss Nikki Cross pairing.
Yeah.
I was like, what have they done to Nikki Cross? What the hell is this? Why can't they leave anything alone? But now that it's had some time to develop, I love it. Bayley and Nikki Cross are two people who I really thought were destroyed by the main roster when they got called up in their own respective times, but they're both such good talents, and it's really nice to see them in a role that I care about again. And, like, because both can go, both are, well, Nikki at least is one of my favorite, like, characters to think about. And, like, just the psychoness, the way she just turns that on in the ring and just seems legitimately batshit crazy. And the fact that she is so obsessively buddy-buddy with Alexa Bliss, it's very giddy, very insane, and very much like, seem real nice, but I'm going to stand over here about 3 feet away.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm ready to care about Bayley again. I'm ready to care about Nikki Cross again. Alexa Bliss has always been great, so she's just kind of there in the feud. But, yeah, I'm so ready. I can't wait to see where it goes. The fallout between Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss is going to be awesome. The only downside is I think Bayley's going to get pushed to the sidelines after the pay-per-view to focus on those two. But yeah, as long as she looks strong on the pay-per-view, I don't think we'll see her fall back down the totem pole.
I agree. I think is they've proven that they're gonna go with Bayley, and Bayley's kind of stepping up in the role. So I think no matter what happens, she's still gonna be prominent on TV in some kind of way. It's hard, man, when you got that many people. You got to rotate people in and rotate people out, and when you rotate people out when they're kind of on the rise, like Bayley's on the rise, I wouldn't want to take Bayley off of TV right now. Like, she's definitely not a person that I think should be off of TV. Like, when I talk somebody that should be off of TV, I think Shane McMahon right off rip. You know what I mean? That's somebody that should be off TV, but Bayley shouldn't be off TV. But that's the issue with having so many shows, is that you gotta, I mean, not so many shows. I mean, they do have a lot of shows, but I mean so much talent is, man, you want them all to have a chance to come and be seen on the weekly episodic television shows, like being like who in WWE doesn't want to be on TV? Like, I understand the stigma on the main roster and how they kill your character and sometimes and give you a lot of bad storylines, but seriously, who does not want to be on TV that's in the WWE? I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? Everybody there wants to be on TV.
Exactly. Even if you're just standing backstage in a segment, like, you could be Shelton Benjamin not saying anything for, 4 minutes, but
yeah,
everyone wants that spot. A, you're going to get a better payday, which, let's be honest, it's a job. That's what it's all about.
yeah.
And B, like, you didn't go to the WWE so you could just sit on your hands and just say, hey, I technically work there. You want to be on TV. You want to be a star. Like, you don't want to be in the position, like, I've not seen Buddy Murphy in 4,500 years. Like, no one wants that role.
Right.
So I get that you got to rotate talent in and out. And with the most stacked roster on the planet, like, it's difficult, but it's sad to see certain talent get lost in the shuffle,
I agree, man. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is a team that I thought might have gotten lost in the shuffle when they first came to the main roster, but now they're starting to find themselves, and I'm digging what they're doing, man. And man, that's heavy machinery, bro. That's heavy machinery.
Right. I did not expect them to be as prominent as they have been, and I love it so much. Otis is the funniest motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
I saw them for the first time last year at an NXT live show where I sat by Pat McAfee from the Colts and had no idea who the fuck he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people just kept taking selfies. I'm like, they're popular. And he's just like, yeah, I guess. But that's the first time I saw Heavy Machinery, and I was like, these guys have to stay in NXT or they are screwed.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
Lo and behold, I'm wrong, and I'm actually glad to say that I'm wrong because they're really fun to watch. They're enjoyable, and I think they deserve the spot they've got.
Yes, I agree. They came up and really did their thing, and man, I really think that the promo that they cut before they had the triple threat match with Otis, Daniel Bryan, and Xavier Woods, man, like, now I can take them seriously too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
absolutely. Like,
yo, go ahead.
Go ahead. I feel like it's important for them to have that balance between being able to, be their funny, comedic selves and still be taken seriously as competitors.
Yeah. Yep. And I saw the more serious side. This Tuesday on Smackdown when it comes to them talking about taking those tag team championships. And I got to tell you, I think they got a good shot at taking them this Sunday, man. I got a good feeling about it. I think it might be their time.
I'm hoping. Like, I feel like the tag team division definitely needs something to revamp it, and I know we've been saying that for God knows how long at this point. But
right.
I feel like it could be a breath of fresh air, even if it's not a lengthy title reign. It'll be something as long as they don't get the Hawkins and Ryder treatment, where they just win the titles and don't do anything.
Yeah, that was
weird.
But
if you keep them prominent and then give them a 3-month run. And I feel like that could be enough to at least take a break from the norm.
I agree. I agree with that. And it was an interesting triple threat between those guys. I definitely think that it's going to lead to something really good for Heavy Machinery, and definitely potentially a title reign, which I think it might be the time to put it on them. They made me into believers, so I think it's time to make everybody else into believers as well. Man, what's your interest level with Kofi Kingston going up against Samoa Joe this Sunday?
I'd say my interest level is probably about a 7. I imagine it's going to be a phenomenal match as long as it's booked correctly, but that's one of those things where I'm happy with the result either way.
Yeah.
They're either going to give you a great match and Kofi's still going to be champ, or Samoa Joe's going to come out there looking like a complete monster. The only thing that takes away from it from me was how quickly it's like Joe loses the U.S. title, is instantly the contender for the WWE Championship. It felt like 1 week he was in one division and the next week was another, but that's just a personal thing. Like,
Right.
Felt very, very juxtaposed into that role.
See, that's the thing. That's one of the things that I think MLW does well that WWE needs help with is like MLW has like weight specifications, like weight divisions. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they kind of honor those weight divisions, except for Alexander Hammerstone's title, which is an open weight championship, which means it's open to anybody in any weight class, which I think is cool. I think that's a pretty cool concept. But other than that, they have like middleweight championships and heavyweight championships and stuff like that, tag team championships, and I think that's cool. I think that's something missing from wrestling. Like I don't always want to see Rey Mysterio Jr. go up against the Big Show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I like having the divisions, like you said, MLW does it real well. I like New Japan's system. Because even there, they've got the never open weight stuff, so it adds something to where you can still see the big man versus little man matches, but for the most part, it seems very, at least, evenly spread. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And the last thing we'll touch on SmackDown is the main event, Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler. I got to tell you, man, my interest level for this match was pretty low, even though both competitors are great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did not take the time to watch anything involving that match. I just saw who was in it, and I was like, I can pretty much write this one for you, so I'm just gonna not.
Well, there was nothing on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, what are the stakes? This is what I get that, Dolph's in there with Shane and stuff, and like I guess it's his lackey, so Roman's got to fight him because the tag team match at the pay-per-view. But
right,
I can't care about Dolph anymore. I'm burnt out on Roman, and I hate to say that because they're both really solid. And Dolph Ziggler, I had just a shred of hope for him when he got partnered with Drew McIntyre back at the start of the year, but I wish I could have liked this match. I wish I could have wanted to watch this match. I'm just so burnt out on it.
Me too, man. And I still feel like let me switch it to this. I thought that I would care more about Roman if he kind of stayed out of the title picture. Because that's where people really hated him, because he was always in the title picture. And now he's out of the title picture, and I still feel disconnected to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel that. I also feel like just because he's not in the title picture, if you're making Shane McMahon the number one storyline in the fucking company, and you're putting Roman as his opposition, fuck the belt. That's still your most prominent role.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily about the belt itself. It's being the guy, the face of the company, the main event. And it just because you don't have the physical belt there doesn't mean you're not doing the same thing when you're making the best in the world, Shane McMahon, the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, true that. That's true as well. I just feel like they should kind of maybe reduce the matches for Roman Reigns, kind of scale him back like they did with Undertaker, like they did with John Cena and stuff like that, and only have him wrestling at the big shows because he's the big dog and it's his yard. And I feel like anytime that the way that they've designed his character, anytime he's in the ring, it should be high stakes. You know what I mean? That's where I think Roman Reigns shines the most, is when there's high stakes on the line during the match. Kind of like Big Match John. John Cena always shined his brightest during those biggest matches. But other than that, we didn't really like to see him that much wrestling on Raw or even SmackDown, if that ever happened. You know what I mean? I think that they need to reduce the appearances of Roman Reigns and kind of use him more as an attraction, because seeing him weekly, he needs to feel as special as they've made him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you said, I'm not saying he should be on a Lesnar type of fuck off schedule, but the Big Match John, where for the build-ups to pay-per-views, let's see, you got roughly 4 weeks between pay-per-views. Let's use them for 2 of them, all right? see him every other week instead of every week or something like that. Just reduce it a bit.
Yeah.
If you're going to treat him like a big attraction, like you said, then treat him like an attraction.
I agree with
If
that. I just don't think
if you're
him
there
being
every
in
week,
weekly
there's
matches. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I said basically the same thing. I was like, if you're there, if you watch him wrestle every week, there's nothing new there, nothing special.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with that, man. I just feel like there's still a disconnect with Roman, and the only way people are going to care more about him is by seeing less of him. And that was, and that might sound weird, but it worked with John Cena. It did. As soon as we started seeing Cena less and less, that's when people started saying, "Oh, I miss Cena." I saw it in comment threads and stuff like that. They're like, "Oh, I never thought I'd say this, but I miss Cena." You know why you miss Cena? Because you're seeing less of Cena. So that's what happened there, man. And I think they need to do it with Roman. Roman is still in the prime of his career, but even now, I think with him being, the new quote unquote big match John, him being the big dog and it's his yard and whatnot, I think that his appearances need to be reduced. And I think, let us know what you think, household. Would you like to see, would less be more for the big dog Roman Reigns? What's your thoughts on that? We'll throw out a poll or something like that on the In Your House Facebook page to see what you guys are thinking. But before we call this a really great episode, I wanted to talk to you real quick. We got a big wrestling weekend coming up, man. We have a lot of big shows, bro.
Oh yeah, it's a stacked weekend. There's going to be a lot to keep up on, but you know what? All of them look great. There's just so much to take in, and it's going to be a good weekend.
I agree, man. I mean, you got the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax B block. You got Evolve's 10th anniversary. You got AEW Fight for the Fallen, and that's all just on Saturday. That is all just on Saturday. That doesn't even include Sunday's Extreme Rules. I mean, that's just an insane just lineup, bro. That's the wrestling shows, bro. That's the wrestling shows right there, man. I mean, 4 big major shows in one weekend. We say all the time that wrestling is about to hit a renaissance and ramp up. Well, guess what? We're already there, Docs, because we got 4 big shows this weekend, and In Your House is going to try to take them in, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, usually there's at least one show whenever there's multiple in a weekend like this that I'm not looking forward to, and I'm not going to lie, it's typically the WWE show, but Extreme Rules is stacked. Evolve's always great. Same with New Japan, and AEW's got a perfect record for me so far. So it's a little intimidating to watch that much content in such a short amount of time, but you know what? I'm here for it.
Oh, I agree, man. I agree. Man, it's so crazy. And so let me ask you this. Is there one show out of the entire weekend that you're looking forward to the most?
Honestly, I'd have to say the AEW show, mainly just I love watching the evolution of AEW as each show grows, and mainly the match I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest, is actually the buy-in with Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and who was it? I'm just excited to see. Yeah, I can't remember, but going against, MJF, Sean Spears, and who was it? I remember 2/3 of these teams, but
so basically, you're talking about the buy-in match. You're talking about the buy-in match between Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, Joey Janela, and then it's MJF. It's MJF, it's Sean Spears, and I'm trying to remember the last guy. I'm trying to remember the last guy myself, but that's going to be a good 6-man tag, man. Oh, yeah.
It's a bunch of, with the exception of Sean Spears, a bunch of very young talent that's really going to shine. And the dynamic between MJF and Sean Spears being on the same team's a little weird for me, because MJF saw Cody's my best friend, and
that's the roller coaster, bro.
I feel like that's going to come into play, and that's a storyline I really like, because you know how much I love MJF.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a 10 tattoo on my hand, so I'm here for Sean Spears. Darby Allin's my boy, and then, the whole Cody Rhodes storyline, Like, he might not be able to put on Kenny Omega 6-star matches, but that man can make me care about a fucking story.
Yes. Oh, and the sixth person in that six-man tag is Sammy Guevara. Just so you know.
There we go. He's
Yeah,
kind of an asshole.
I looked him up. I'm not extremely familiar with him, so I'll be honest, household. I'm not lying. I had to look it up. So yeah, I'm not super familiar with him, but that's who it was.
Yeah, and that's no slight on him. It's just early for me, and I'm kind of an idiot. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure he's going to block me.
No, he's going to block you now, bro.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Sammy. My bad. But what about you, man? What show are you looking forward to?
Man, there's so much good shows going on. So many good shows, but oh man, I gotta keep it a stack, man. It's Fight for the Fallen, bro. It's Fight for the Fallen, and that's I mean, but I'll be honest though. I'll tell you this, just to let everybody in the household know, the Evolve 10th anniversary is a very, 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 very close second. Very close. I'm very interested. I'm still gonna watch that show. Because I'm happy for all the talent that gets a chance to be on the WWE network. And while I'm saying that, I'll say this real quick. Definitely go ahead and make sure you guys check out tomorrow's episode. That's our retro rewind as we recap an old conversation. We bring it back to May. Of 2019, shortly after Evolve 128 in Indianapolis, Indiana, when I was able to interview the Evolve champion, Austin Theory. He's involved in a huge match this Saturday on the WWE Network for Evolve, the 10th anniversary. He's going up against JD Drake in a winner-take-all title match that involves the Evolve Championship and the WWN Championship. So that's going to be a huge match. Definitely check that episode out as we do a retro rerun tomorrow, Friday. But yeah, man, it's Fight for the Fallen, bro. That's the one I'm mainly looking forward to. I can't lie.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't blame you. But is there any specific match that comes to your mind?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple, but I gotta say, probably the main one, okay, I'll say this. The number one I'm looking forward to is the Young Bucks versus Cody and Dustin.
I feel that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fantastic match. But another match that I'm really looking forward to is OWE's Shima going up against Kenny Omega. I really want to see the outcome of that match and where they take that.
Oh yeah, that's going to be an in-ring clinic. Like,
yes.
I'm relatively new to OWE. Whenever they got announced back whenever AEW had that thing in Florida, like, that they were going to be partnered with the OWE, I started checking them out, and Jesus, Shima can put on a show, man. Like, he's got one of those faces, too, where I think I know him from somewhere, but I very much don't. But I watched him against CD at the last show, and Jesus Christ, I'm so here for these OWE people, man. I really, really think that's going to be a great match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited for that match. And, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that Shima might go over. I mean, I wasn't sure if he was going to beat Christopher Daniels, and he did. So we're going to see what happens, and that's going to be big for Shima if he's able to beat Kenny Omega. That's probably going to take his career off here in the States, bro.
Oh yeah, and I can very well see that. I'm not much of a gambler, but if I was, I wouldn't know who to bet on. And
yeah,
to be fair, and AEW wins and losses are going to start mattering more than ever. So I could really see Shima taking it.
I agree, man. I agree. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great weekend. We got a busy night tonight. We're going to be doing the damn thing tonight. But man, before that, you know what time it is, man? It's time for you to plug whatever that you want to plug, buddy. Plug away.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Riddle Club, and the household alike. I am the executive producer of the In Your House talk show, Docs, Prince, Paradox, The Enigma, whatever you want to call me. My dad calls me Dr. Dickweed, but you should all check out the In Your House podcast talk show. If you don't have a shirt, freaking buy one. Get this work, get this shirt, and get this hoodie. And, if you don't subscribe to In Your House, whether it be a podcast, Facebook, YouTube, what the hell are you doing with your life?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm a low life, but I have not sunk that low. And if you have, we're here to pick you up and give you quality wrestling content. Riddle me that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Bro, thanks for coming on and doing the show with me, and I'll see you a little bit later on tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure, brother. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Guys, this was another great episode once again, but that's what we do at In Your House. We just give you that work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we get to you. Check us out. October 5th, Heroes and Legends 13, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are the official podcast of the entire event. And, hey, we want you to be there. But if you can't, check it out on Fight TV with your boy Khan on commentary with Jason Saint. Guys, go buy a shirt. What are you doing? www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Guys, we have the 100th episode coming up next week. What's In Your House got in store for their 100th episode? Well, you're just going to have to hit the social media and find out. Guys, we tell you this all the time. Hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, well, we going strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.